Hi, this is Teddy, your LinkedIn and Sales Navigator strategist working remote this week. And the question I got asked is this: how do I revamp my LinkedIn profile? Now, that's a really good question. I got some really good ideas to share with you. But before I do, hit that subscribe and notify button because I create all of this content specifically for you. So revamping my LinkedIn profile. In order to revamp anything, you have to have a plan. And in the context of your LinkedIn profile, you also need to understand who you're talking to. So when you first understand why do you want to revamp your LinkedIn profile, who do you want to speak to through your LinkedIn profile, and what do you want them to know about you, then you can go about the journey of revamping your LinkedIn profile. So stop everything you're doing before and editing your LinkedIn profile and write down who's your target audience. What is it that's important for them to know about you in the context of what you do, what you can do, and or what you want to do. And then you can come back to your LinkedIn profile and follow the rest of this guidance. So first of all, how do you revamp your LinkedIn profile? You got to have a picture. Everybody needs a LinkedIn profile picture. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It shows that you are approachable. Second thing is you want just your name in this field. You don't want your name and some other terms and phrases or whatever. That is disrespectful to your name. Put just your name here. Then in your headline where you get 220 characters, here is where you can tell the individual who's looking at your profile who you are, what you do, what you can do. And use keywords, words that resonate with them. Not your own words, maybe corporate words or whatever. But tell them who you are and what you do for them in this field. Then you can continue on. You can go to your contact information. Make sure your profile URL is customized. If you have a website, put it on there. If you have a business phone number, put it on there. A business email address, put it on there, etc., etc. So that it makes you as accessible as you can be through your contact information. Now we get into the really big stuff. The really big stuff is in your About section. This is a big box of information where you can revamp your LinkedIn profile and tell the viewer again who you are, what you do, what you can do, what you enjoy doing. Now listen to these words, relevant to them. So you're speaking to your target audience, first person, telling them what you do. And these first 3 or 4 lines need to be very clearly speaking to them about what you do. Then maybe they'll click see more, and they can see upwards of 2,600 characters. Again, telling the viewer what you do, what you can do, and what you enjoy doing. Maybe talk about some prior accomplishments. Again, highly relevant to who you are and what you do today. It's a beautiful day to be outside, but it's slightly noisy out here. Now, the next thing you can do with revamping your LinkedIn profile is look at your experience section. Are you using a corporate defined title here? Or are you using a phrase and a title that, again, speaks to your target audience? And in the experience section, you get 2,000 characters in here. Again, talk about what you do, have done, enjoy doing, the successes you create, the accomplishments you have, how you've grown, how you've helped others, how you've helped your clients, etc., etc., etc. Again, using the keywords that are important to the person viewing your profile who is relevant to what you're trying to do on LinkedIn. Look at your prior experiences. Minimize what you talk about in the prior experiences, except for where it is relevant or shows professional growth to who you are and what you do today. Put your higher education only. Put license and certifications that, again, are relevant to what you do and or want to do. You can keep revamping your LinkedIn profile by looking at what volunteering you have in there. What volunteering do you have that, again, shows you give back to your community, shows that you help, or maybe shows that you use the skills that are relevant to you in that volunteer work. Look at your skill words on your LinkedIn profile. Make sure the first 3 skill words that are listed here are highly relevant to what you want people to know about you, your goals, your aspirations, and help them understand you. And then put all 50, I only have 49, but put upwards of 50 skills that again are highly relevant to who you are and what you do today. How do you want to revamp your LinkedIn profile, make it better? Maybe reach out to your first level connections that you have done work for, created value for, solved problems for, and ask them for a recommendation that is very specific and relevant to what you want to do or are doing today. Then keep going. Maybe you want to put some publications. Maybe you have articles online. Maybe you have YouTube videos or podcasts, or you're interviewed on a local TV or a newspaper. Again, any publications that are relevant to who you are and what you do today could be included in your publications section. Courses, if you want to revamp your LinkedIn profile and make it stronger, man, look and see what courses you have taken or can take or are taking and include those under courses. Maybe you've done some projects and you can show people what you've done and how you've created value through projects, and you can also include others that have been a part of those projects. Maybe you're in some organizations, trade organizations or professional organizations that, again, are relevant to who you are and what you do or want to be doing. And then the last thing is always look and see what others see when they look at your interests. Who are the influencers that you are following? What are the companies you're following? What groups are you a part of? What schools do you follow, et cetera, et cetera? If you want to revamp your LinkedIn profile, first and foremost, think about who you're talking to. Secondly, what do you want them to know about you? Thirdly, how can you showcase who you are, what you do, and or what you want to do through the content you put on your LinkedIn profile? Be purposeful about revamping your LinkedIn profile, and you will get the greatest value from it. Now, I realize I didn't show you how to do this work, because really the most important thing is to put together the stories focused on your target audience. Now, once you have your stories, once you know what your headline is going to look like, you know what your about section is going to say, you know what you're going to put in your experience section, write all this content outside of LinkedIn. Write it all in a Google Doc or a Word doc or whatever you want to write it in. Then, and by the way, and then spell check it and grammar check it and spell check it and grammar check it again. Then you can come in here, look for the pencils, look for the pluses, all throughout your profile. Look for the pencils, click on your contact information, look for the pencils. That's how you edit it. But write all this content outside of LinkedIn first, spell check, grammar check, then come back in here and look for the pencils and the pluses. And also look for the add profile section box, because all the things that I talked about, they're in here. They're all under here, under core, under recommended, under additional. You can find all those areas there. I'm Teddy Burriss, your LinkedIn and Sales Navigator strategist, trainer, and coach. And I hope these ideas are helpful for you.